So now how do you do this? So then we're talking to now. What do you prefer, Levi Ponce or
Levi Ponce?
Levi Ponce. All right. Los Angeles artist.
Yeah, Levi Ponce out of LA.
Born and bred.
Yeah, Pacoima, California.
In Pacoima.
Pacoima, you know it.
That's right. That's a good place because that's where my office is. So you're still in Pacoima?
Yeah, I'm still in Pacoima.
That's great. That's great. So describe this process for me. This is like a photorealistic, and you're using a photograph. Is it a famous photo? Is it a photo that you adapted?
It's the cover of the Bad album by Michael Jackson. And the process, I don't know, it's simple. I like painting portraits. I usually make a Photoshop composite before I paint it on the wall. So I have a Photoshop composite that's proportional to everything else, you know, everything else like on the wall. At which point I just start painting. I use the grid system and I just take it a square at a time, and that's all it is.
Square at a time. So you put this on a graph, basically?
Exactly. I graph it all out.
But you don't graph it on the wall. At least I don't see.
I do graph it on the wall.
We don't see a graph at this point.
We don't. It's been lost in the paint. But initially, to draw it out and make sure everything's to scale.
Proportional, yeah.
And proportional, yeah. We use a graph.
Wow.
But yeah, once the drawing's down and we know where everything is, then yeah, we just start painting.
So you throw the outline up, and then so you throw the grid up on the wall, and then you just do the outline along the grid, and then fill it all in.
Exactly.
And you know where you are in the overall process.
Exactly.
Simple. How come I didn't think
couldn't
of that?
get easier.
So so you just do this out of your memory. That you just look at because I don't even see you hardly looking at a photo up there. So you just remembering what it looks like and doing the painting, or you got a secret photo I haven't seen.
No, I got a photo. I got a photo, and I look at it and do my best to copy it. I wouldn't call it photorealism. I do change a lot of things on the photo when I paint. There's certain things I do different. I don't know. I change the proportions of the human body when I paint, depending on what I'm painting and where I'm painting. But
do you change the expression?
No, never the expression. Just some proportions, but slightly. I always make the eyes bigger, for example.
Okay.
So all my paintings have bigger eyes than they normally would.
Okay.
And I exaggerate certain features that I might like. So if somebody has a chiseled nose, I might exaggerate that feature and make sure that that's noticeable.
So I thought that looked a little artistically accentuated, Jimi Hendrix picture, but it looked like a picture I'm familiar with seeing, but I just can't remember the exact reference point. It's probably an album
right.
that I've seen.
I think it was a photo shoot in London.
Was it? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. See, that's why you're an artist and I'm just a guy asking questions. So now, two colors here. You're using yellow and black. Now, so tell me, you could tell street I am because we're sympathetic to all artists. Just low budget, you can only afford two colors, or
that's exactly what it is.
Or why did you choose yellow and black?
I chose yellow and black because the building was already yellow and the building owner had some yellow left over, so all I had to do was buy black.
Wow, did you have to go to the paint store to actually match the yellow?
No, he had some left over.
He had enough,
yeah.
Huh? Wow, and so really that was the reason you just wanted to do two colors because it was less expensive?
Cheaper, yeah. If you're not getting paid, you want to keep costs down, right?
Oh, you're not getting paid for this?
I don't get paid for any of these, no.
Oh, man, you should get paid for these.
I should get paid, huh?
So
whoever's in charge,
well,
whoever's signing the checks up there, tell them to sign me one real quick.
Well, you need... is this your documentary artist here, photographer here?
Yeah.
Or girlfriend, or... You don't have to tell me.
We normally just don't acknowledge the camera, but yeah, she documents most of my work.
See, that's all you need, because once you get shared a bunch of times, then you get commissions and so forth. At least I'm sure that's what you're hoping for.
Yeah.
Get shared enough on the net. So, so when you think of street art, the reason I like street art and street culture is because it's a net-driven medium. All street culture, busking and street art is all a net-driven medium, but it's the only one of the only net-driven mediums that has to happen on the street. Real life actually has to happen before you can go on the net, but it only has a life on the net because once it's on, it can be, graffitied over or painted over or weather beaten, and it's not like a museum
piece. Forever on the web, right?
So it's kind of magic that it's a web-driven thing, but it actually has to happen on the street in order to get on the web.
Very true.
Yeah, so maybe this sort of medium will drive people from the web back to the street to make things happen so they can go and see it on the net, you know.
It's an interesting thought.
So that's where I was headed with that question. Do you have any thoughts on what street art is and where it's going and
what street art is?
How it fits into the...
Street art hasn't changed in 10,000 years, bro. It's just somebody saying I'm here, you know? That's all it is. Somebody saying I'm here.
You are
I'm alive.
here.
I exist. And today I'm here in North Hollywood.
And who's building this, and how did you get permission?
This building belongs to a buddy of mine named Rel.
Okay.
He's my buddy now, but he owns the building and rents it out to several recording studios.
Oh, okay. I've heard the name before. I don't know why. But it's just a name someone else has it. But,
cool guy.
Yeah.
And yeah, he saw me when I was painting the one across the street, and he said, "Hey, I'd love to get something on my building. If you want to paint, the wall's yours." So.
And that one's yours as well. The one on the AJ's discount at 4,900. That's yours. And what is that one? So I'm going to take a picture of that pretty soon.
That one's called Soliloquy.
Okay.
It's based on all the theaters that are here in this area. We have the second largest concentration of theaters here in North Hollywood.
Right.
Right after Broadway. So I just wanted to kind of highlight that, you know, feature that in this mural that you know, it's something very special about North Hollywood.
Yeah, it is becoming even more special with like new activities, a lot of activity going on here. How long have you been doing street art?
My whole life, my dad did it, so I always painted murals with him, and now I do it on my own, you know. But I didn't really take it seriously and do it a lot until about 2011. That's when I really started doing it.
And who's your dad?
My dad's Levi Ponce.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow. And he was from Pacoima as well?
He's from San Salvador, El Salvador. He's from Central America.
All right.
Yeah.
That's great. So how long are you going to be here now? Are you going to be here all your life? You're going to... what are you trying to do with your...
I think so. I think I'm going to retire in my big Pacoima mansion.
Well, there's so many in Pacoima, too, to choose from.
So many mansions to choose from.
So, what is it you want to do with your... You want to travel the world? You want to...
Yeah, you know it. I want to travel and, you know, do what I love and not have to worry about bills. I think that's the dream.
Is there any particular projects that you want to get involved in?
Projects?
Yeah, with street art, what you want your street art to do?
Particular projects that I want to get involved with? No, not really. I mean, I'm into everything, you know, I'm into everything positive, so as long as I'm painting, I'm cool. It doesn't have to be anything special or anything big. I just like painting.
So when you were starting out, did you find yourself scribbling on everything and doodling on everything? I just had dinner interview with
my name in random places. Yeah, here and there.
Yeah, I did a little interview with Kenny Sharp, and he does packaging stuff. He does stuff like on iPhones and covers for speakers and things like that. And he said he was always like scribbling on phones and painting on, you know, on radios and all kinds of stuff when he was growing up. So, you know, he wanted to do that.
All the margins in my notebooks, like you name it, everything was tatted up.
Tatted up. That's great. So you're going to be, so you were basically driven ever since you were young to just be creative, right?
Yeah, basically. I've always been around it. It's always been what I do, you know.
That's great. Hey, thanks a lot. It's a great mural. I'm going to come back. When do you think it's going to be done?
Thanks. I think one more weekend.
One more weekend?
Yeah, so I was here last Sunday. I'm here this Sunday. I think one more Sunday and we'll be all right.
So I can come back next Sunday and I can take the last photos and it'll be a finished product.
Yeah, I welcome you and anybody else who wants to come along, man.
Yeah, come on down, 4900 Lancashire Boulevard on a Sunday.
There you go.
Starting about 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, is that what it is?
Yeah.
All right. Hey, thanks a lot.
Thank you, man.